There was once an old fisherman who had been fishing in the same lake every day for more years than he could remember. He was a gruff old man who enjoyed the solitude of the lake. Every day, he would wake up before dawn and make his way down to the docks, where his small boat was moored. He would spend the entire day on the water, casting his line and waiting patiently for a bite. He had seen all kinds of strange and wonderful things in that lake, but he had never seen anything like this. One day, as he was casting his line out into the water, he saw a huge, dark shape moving beneath the surface. It was unlike any fish he had ever seen before. It was as if the very water itself was coming alive, swirling and churning as the monster moved through it. The old fisherman's heart began to race as he watched the creature, mesmerized by its size and power. He had always been a brave man, but even he knew that he was no match for something like this. As the monster came closer, the old fisherman could see its glowing eyes staring up at him, seeming to bore into his very soul. He knew then that he had to do something, or he would be doomed. The old fisherman couldn't believe what he was seeing. The monster was massive, easily twice the size of his small fishing boat. It had a long, serpentine body that seemed to go on forever, with scales that glinted in the sunlight like diamonds. The creature's head was a grotesque mockery of a fish, with huge, glowing eyes and razor-sharp teeth that dripped with slime. As it swam closer, the old fisherman could feel its malevolent gaze boring into him, as if it was trying to read his very thoughts. The old fisherman knew that he had to do something, or he would be doomed. He fumbled with his oars, trying to paddle as fast as he could back to shore. But the monster was too fast. It seemed to effortlessly glide through the water, its powerful tail propelling it forward at an alarming speed. The old fisherman could feel the monster's hot, rancid breath on his neck as it closed in for the kill. He closed his eyes and braced for the end. Just when he thought it was all over, the monster suddenly stopped. The old fisherman opened his eyes and saw that the creature was staring. It seemed to be frozen in place, as if it was in a trance. The fisherman looked in the trajectory of the creature's gaze and realized it was entranced with the reflection of the light off of his old silver watch. Carefully, the old fisherman removed his watch and heaved it as far as he could into the water. The creature took off after it like a bullet from a gun. The man took this opportunity to make his escape. He paddled as hard as he could, his heart racing with fear. When he finally reached shore, he collapsed on the ground, panting and covered in sweat. He knew that he had been spared by a miracle. The fisherman never spoke of what had happened that day, as no one would ever believe him. One thing he knew for sure though was that he would never fish in that lake again. And every time he fished elsewhere, there was always a shiny silver watch adorning his wrist.